a good combination of economic common sense along with the environmental goals. So the Conservatives need to be part of the solution, both for the good of the world and of the countries they're in, but also for themselves, because at the end of the day, this is, as I say, an area that in economic and political terms, there's only one direction, the horse is gone, and for us to hide our heads in the sand and say, well, we don't believe it, or we're going to stand and fight, is just not sensible for ourselves as Conservatives, or indeed for the country at large. The first answer is that this is clearly, and Dave and Bob have been saying, there's clearly a universal problem, a global problem. And so it's perfectly apparent that you need significant global answers. And that's happening, as Bob was saying earlier, in a variety of areas of tax. We're doing it now with tax on the big technology companies. So there is starting to be a bipartisan view. And I think the more you can do that, the better. And could I just say, because it'll be my last chance, there's been some really good questions that maybe you should circulate, Chris, in some way. But my answer to a lot of them is saying, well, you know, is the number quite right? Do we have to go faster than 2050? I think it's a bit like COVID. The reality is we don't really ultimately know. We know where we need to go, but I don't think we should be over-egging this has to happen by this year in order for this to happen. It's the direction that is needed. It's the continued pressure for change in the same direction that is the answer. And I think that applies to technology. It applies to estimates of, you know, what percentage is going to happen when, because I'm a big fan after I've been in politics, of governments telling people when they don't actually know. And I think we do tend to overstate in this and in other areas that we know the detail of the answer. That makes it harder. If we say we know the direction we need to go, I think that's more believable to the average person who is well-intentioned, but perhaps not passionate.